One more thing for our newcomers. Hillary Unger is right at the door, and she is our Vice President of Membership. So if you are interested in membership, guess who to talk to?
I'm really shy.
Okay, so let me start.
You guys are getting good at that, Nigun.
Shiru l'Adonai, shiru shir chadash, shiru l'Adonai, kol haaretz. Shiru l'Adonai, shiru shir chadash, shiru l'Adonai, kol haaretz. Shiru l'Adonai, baruchu shemo, basru miyom liyom Yeshuato. Shiru l'Adonai, baruchu shemo, basru miyom liyom Yeshuato. Shiru l'Adonai, shiru shir chadash, shiru l'Adonai, kol haaretz. Shiru l'Adonai, shiru shir chadash, shiru l'Adonai, kol haaretz. Mizmor shir le'yom haShabbat, tov lehodot l'Adonai, ulezamer l'shimcha elyon, ulezamer l'shimcha elyon.
Page 133 if you want to follow along.
Mizmor shir le'yom haShabbat, tov lehodot l'Adonai, ulezamer l'shimcha elyon, ulezamer l'shimcha elyon. Lehagid baboker chastecha, ve'emunatcha balelot, alei asor v'alei navel, alei higayon bechinor. Mizmor shir le'yom haShabbat, tov lehodot l'Adonai, ulezamer l'shimcha elyon, ulezamer l'shimcha elyon. Mizmor shir le'yom haShabbat, tov lehodot l'Adonai, ulezamer l'shimcha elyon, ulezamer l'shimcha elyon.
We prepare to bring in the light of Shabbat. Page 120.
Yaelai in the light, bring in the light, bring in the light of Shabbat. We light the lights of Shabbat. Bring in the light, bring in the light, bring in the light of Shabbat. Lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Shabbat shalom. May you have a peaceful day. Shabbat shalom. May you have a restful day. Bring in the light, bring in the light, bring in the light of Shabbat. We light the lights of Shabbat. We called to the Bima, Magnolia, and Cassidy Wertheimer to light the Shabbat candles. And Hannah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Good Shabbos, everyone. Thank you for braving the torrential storms.
You know what I call this?
What?
A sympathy storm.
A sympathy storm,
Yeah.
okay. That's very empathetic of you. Well, the rain comes, people go, but we're here. And it's good to be here, to feel that sense of calm and safeness that Shabbat represents. So if you would, take a moment, greet your neighbor, introduce yourselves if you don't know, maybe someone behind you or to the side. All right? Now that you are the best of friends, 138 L'chadodi, we greet the Sabbath bride.
Yalla l'chadodi, yalla l'ikrat kala, yalla penei Shabbat nekabe, yalla l'chadodi, yalla l'ikrat kala, yalla penei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad hishmianu el hamiuchad Adonai echad Ushmo echad l'shem u'tiferet v'litila yaylay l'chadodi yalay l'ikrat kala yalay penei Shabbat nekabela. Verse 5. He התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי, 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 שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני, עלייך נגלה. לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני שבת, פני שבת נקבלה.
Verse 9, we rise to greet the Shabbat bride.
בואי ושלום, עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובסהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי שבת נקווה, לך דודי, לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני שבת, פני שבת נקווה.
Please be seated. So let's take a moment. Page 144, just go on a little journey with me for a moment. The next prayer that we're going to sing is the Chatzi Kaddish, Yitgadal v'Yitkadash, right? And we know that prayer because it also appears at the end of our service called the Mourner's Kaddish. Actually, there's 5 different Kaddishes, but we're most familiar in the Reformed tradition with 2. And so here we are going Yitgadal v'Yitkadash Shemei Rabbah, but on key. And you know, doesn't have anything to do about death, and you've heard me say it has everything to do about life. It's called a doxology. But now we're going to go one step further, and I challenge you to look at the English translation for a moment. You may or may not buy this theology, but you should at least know it. Exalted and hallowed be God's great name. So there's the praise. In the world which God created according to plan. May God's majesty be revealed in the days of our lifetime and the life of all Israel speedily, imminently, to which we say, Amen. So that's the part that I want you to kind of mull over, because it's a challenging concept. You know, when something bad happens and someone tries to comfort you, sometimes they'll try to comfort you with those words, someday you'll understand. Sometimes they'll say, it's all in God's plan. And sometimes you just want to smack them back in the face, right? And say, what are you talking about here? What kind of plan is this? Clue me on this plan. And yet in traditional theology, there is a sense that even when the world goes awry, even when there's storms and tornadoes and hurricanes and all kinds of stuff that make us ponder, what does God have in mind with this universe that we live in? That somehow there's a plan. Now, we may not know what that plan is. We may even reject the notion. But there is a certain comfort in the statement. And that's what I want to point out. Because when our world goes topsy-turvy and we don't know what's going on, we think there's no plan. The sun rises, the sun sets, there's a plan. The rain rains, the rain stops, there's a plan. But when everything goes, to hell and back, we question whether there's a plan. So imagine coming to this prayer, listening to the cantor chant it with you, and focusing on that notion that you're praising God and saying, God, I may not understand, especially now with everything that's going on. But what brings me comfort is the ultimate knowledge that there is a plan, there's a reason, and that you are a part of that and that I am a part of it. And when I give you my sermon, we'll continue the conversation. Chatzi Kaddish, 144.
Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah Be'alma divrach hirutei v'amlich malchutei B'chayechon uvyomechon uvchayedecho Beit Yisrael Bagala bagala uvizman kariv V'yimeru amen Yeheshmei Rabba mevarach Le'alam ulal me'almaya Yitbarach Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitpa'ar V'yitromam V'yitnaseh V'yithadar V'yitale V'yitalal Shemei Dekudesha B'richu Leila Min Kol Birchata V'shirata Tushbechata V'nechemata Damiran Be'alma V'yimeru Amen. Listening to my prayer. Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Barechu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam va'ed.
O God, you are as near as the very air we breathe, yet farther than the farthermost star. We yearn to reach you. We seek the light and warmth of your presence. Though we say you are near, we are lonely and alone. O let out our desire to be so strong that it will tear the veil that keeps you from our sight. Let your light release our darkness and reveal the glory and joy of your presence.
Umaviyom umevi laila, umavdil ben yom uven laila, Adonai tzvaot shemo, El chai v'kayam, tamidim l'chaleinu le'olam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai, hamari v'aravim.
Together on 151, wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol, all these things your Torah gives to us. And the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives. What could be a truer token of your abiding love than this holiest of your works and the living language that gives it form?
באהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים, ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malechuto Leolam Vaed.
Please be seated.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם להיות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
157. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth.
The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and love.
From bondage in Egypt we were delivered. At Sinai we bound ourselves to your way.
Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and again we overcame oppressive forces.
Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed.
Let us continue to work for the day when the nations will be one and at peace. Then shall we rejoice as Israel did, singing on the shores of the sea. So every holiday has a melody, and you can walk into a synagogue and know the holiday based on the melody if you pay close enough attention. And it became a custom in my student pulpit that when we got close to a holiday, I had to start singing Mi Chamocha to the melody of the holiday that was coming up. So I told Rabbi Axelrod that, and he was like, but I really like that Mi Chamocha you did last week. But I really like this tradition, so I'm going to do it. Do both. I want to go home tonight.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נטר בקודש, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה, מלכותך ראו בניך, בוקע ים לפני משה ומרים, זה אלי אנו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד.
Makes you want to dip apples in honey, huh? And page 160.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom V'hamideinu shomereinu l'chaim Ufros aleinu Sukat shlomecha Ufros aleinu Sukat shlomecha amen. When I lay my head down tonight beneath your shelter of everlasting light, Lord, may I wake to a world renewed, filled with love and gratitude, filled with love and gratitude. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom V'hamideinu shomereinu l'chaim Ufros aleinu Sukat shlomecha Ufros aleinu Sukat shlomecha amen.
Cue the thunder. Page 162, I invite my weekly special guest to join me in Vishamru.
Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et hashabat la'asot et hashabat lidorotam berit olam. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et hashabat la'asot et hashabat lidorotam berit olam. Uvein b'nei Yisrael oti le'olam. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et hashabat la'asot et hashabat lidorotam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim v'et haaretz
Hashabbat Lidorotam, Berit Olam, Uvayom, Hashvi, Shabbat Vayinafash, Shabbat Vayinafash, Vishamru B'nei Yisrael et Hashabbat, La'asot et Hashabbat Lidorotam, Berit Olam. Last time, let me hear you.
Vishamru B'nei Yisrael et Hashabbat
La'asot et Hashabbat Lidorotam,
Berit Olam.
Good job. So Yom Kippur falls on Shabbat this year, so what if we changed up our melody and had you backed up by a choir? Would you want to do that? She'll do it, if I force her. We rise for the Amidah on page 164. Pray as if everything depended on God. Act as if everything depended on you.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi agi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Vekonei Hakol, V'zocher Chastei Avot V'imahot, Umevi Geula Livnei V'nehem, Lema'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Bezrat Sarah, Ata Gibor Leolam Adonai, Mechayeh Hakol, Ata Rav Lehoshia, Morid Hatal, Mechalkel Chayim Bechesed, Mechayeh Hakol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Verofei Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Michamocha Baal Givurot, Umido Melach, Melech Meimit, Umechayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman ata l'hachayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh hakol. Ata kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim bechol yom yehalelucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh. We continue in silent devotion through page 180, using the words on the right or the left side of the page, or the words within your heart. When you've completed your prayers, please be seated. tasim leolam. Ki ata hu melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki ata hu melech adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. V'tov beinecha levarech et amcha Yisrael bechol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Tasim leolam. Tasim leolam.
Take a few moments for Amisha Berach as we think of those who in our circle of family and of friends. As we turn to many of those faces we see on television who are struggling right now, or faced with fear or loss of home, loss of life. Our hearts go out to them, Houston and Florida and beyond. But if there is someone here who would like to say the name of someone special to them, please stand and say their name. As many names as you would like. Now we as a community, we stand in solidarity as we join in singing Misha Berach.
Misha Berach Avotenu Mikor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mishe Berach Imotenu Mikor HaBracha Lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say
Month of September anniversaries. Do we have any here? We do indeed. One couple, two. Do I see two? Two. Aha. Do I see three? Three couples married in the month of September. Three couples who are married who just want to pretend they were married in September. All right, we have two. All right. So for those of you who are new, we have a nice tradition. Each month we call up couples who have been married during that particular month for a special blessing, but first they have to go through the fire of Rabbi, because it's fun. Cantor wants to speed it up, but this is fun. All right. So you were married in the month of September, correct?
Yes.
She says she doesn't know. All right, so we got 3 out of 4 married in the month of September. And how many years ago was it?
22.
22. Wow, and?
What she said.
Very good. All right. Drum roll. Do you think they've been married longer or less? Audience says? Longer. Okay, you have been married?
26.
26. Bing, 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 bing. Audience wins. 26. All right. So that means you're going to have to give them advice. All right? You can't say, yes, dear. That one's been said before. Can't use that one. But before we get to advice, where were you married?
Chicago.
They said that in unison, so that's good. And what about the two of you?
Corpus Christi, Texas.
Corpus Christi? She thinks that's true. Okay, Corpus Christi. Were you both there at the same time? Okay, the only ones there. It was a distance wedding. Okay. What was the weather like?
It was beautiful, actually.
It's pretty nice, actually.
Pretty nice. Okay, pretty nice. And
It's the Caribbean this time of year.
It was a rose garden.
Rose Garden, Caribbean. Was it stormy like it is now? It was beautiful. So you see how times change, right? Calm waters, stormy waters. Oh my goodness, we better have some marital advice here. What makes for a good, successful marriage? You ready?
Okay. For me, a sense of humor.
Since funny you should say that. Let's see what he says.
A kiss and a hug before we go to bed.
Very nice. I'm tempted to say, I know the dog loves that, but I won't say that. You're thinking that, right? Oh, the dog, right? Gotta be married as long as me, 35. There you go. And what about you guys?
Don't go to bed angry.
Don't go to bed angry. Does that comment upset you?
No. That's it. Marry your best friend.
Marry your best friend. All right, all good advice. All right, anyone thinking about getting married? These are great answers right here. So let's everyone go ahead and stand and celebrate these wonderful answers. And combined between the two of you, over 40-some years of marriage, right? Keep giving them directions. There you go.
That's what you do.
Give them directions.
That's success.
Tell them where to stand. You face me. There we go. So, it's a nice tradition because for me, anytime you have to celebrate love, it's a good thing. Too often we are faced with the distractions of everyday life that we face and tackle together because we love each other and because we're friends. But in the moment, perhaps that's not what's most on our mind. It's getting things done, it's solving a problem, it's going to and from in the mundaneness of filling refrigerators, doing laundry, raising a family, and so forth. But the years, they come and go, and sometimes it starts with calm, and other times we face stormy weather like we do now. But wherever we are, and however the years treat us, what makes a celebration like this special is that you get that courage and strength from the other person in your life, and that together you know that you are stronger than you are by yourself. And so we celebrate your love, your courage, your strength, and your friendship. We ask God's blessings upon you with these words. May Lord God bless you and keep you. May Lord God cause the light of his countenance to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May the Lord God grant you long life, happiness, and peace always. Amen. Amen. Mazal Tov.
You can be seated.
All right. So this week's Torah portion is a challenging one, and I want to share with you my feelings and interpretation of it. It is called Parshat Ki Tavo, 26th chapter of the book of Deuteronomy is where it begins. And we know, we got some sound effects too. We know that we are approaching the high holidays and therefore Simchas Torah, and we're getting near the final chapters of our story of the Torah. Moses is pretty darn old. According to tradition, he's going to die at the age of 120, which, if you hadn't thought about it, that means he began his journey at the age of 80. So for those of you who are getting on in years and you think, well, what is left for me to do? Moses only got started at age 80. A lot of wisdom in our tradition, in the veneration of our sages. So Moses, being a good parent to these children of Israel, sought to teach them a thing or two before he died. And what is it that most parents want to do? Whatever is important to them, they repeat over and over and over and over again. Do we have any children here? All right, raise your hand if your parents have told you or asked you, have you brushed your teeth? Now, put your hands down. Have they asked you that question more than 500 times? Raise your hands. Of course. Have you made your bed? Have you cleaned up your room? Have you done your chores? Have you done your homework? All right. Well, Moses did the same thing. The things that were important to him, he decided to repeat over and over again. It's a parent kind of thing. We want you to remember, it's not as if we don't tell you you're not going to do it. Well, maybe that's true, but somehow, even after we've told you 500 times, we're still not quite sure you're going to brush those teeth clean, do your homework, unless we say those magic words. So Moses is a little unsure of these people he's been traveling with for 40 years. Because while they're in the desert, things are kind of loosey-goosey, they have laws, they have rules and regulations, but they don't really have a place to put you in jail. I guess they could stone you to death. That was pretty last-minute harshness happened. But for the most part, the people who began stayed, were part of the community, unless something befell them along the way. But now they're going to enter the promised land, and with that comes government regulation, government, a king, all kinds of rules, and they're going to have to learn to follow them. Instead of wandering they're going to be in a fixed place. And that's going to be a challenge. And he knows it. So he paints a picture of two types of worlds that they could live in. The first world is a cursed one. It's one without laws, without rules, without regulations, without faith, without any kind of glue that will hold that community together, and therefore the rule of selfishness, what's in it for me, will be the rule. And that world is going to be cursed. And if you look at Deuteronomy, the curses are outlined again and again and again and again. And by the time he is done, their mouths are open and aghast, and they're pretty afraid. That's all the bad stuff that could happen? And they could have stopped listening right there. It's kind of like when the doctor says, I got some news I need to share, and he tells you this stuff, and as soon as, he says it could be this, you go, oh my God, cancer, or oh my God, heart, or whatever it is, and then you shut yourself down. So pay attention, Moses said. That's the possibility, the curses. But there's another way too. You follow the laws. You learn to care about each other. You have a sense of community. And guess what? You will be blessed. The choice is yours. Now, some people, for a long time, look at that as traditional theology, reward and punishment. I even had someone ask me about it today. What do you think, Rabbi, about all the hurricanes? God must really be mad at us. And I say, hurricanes are neither good nor bad, really. I mean, what happens, the devastation, we view that as bad. If a loved one dies, that's bad. Things are destroyed, that's bad. But the hurricane and earthquake, they're amoral. There's no sentience, there's no mindfulness in their actions. It's not as if the earthquake in Mexico or the hurricane in Florida is out to get us. But we feel that way because there are things that perhaps we're ashamed of, or we look around the world and we want to find a reason for all the craziness, and maybe God's punishing us for believing this or that. Well, the problem with that language, of course, or that logic rather, so there's always stuff that's wrong with society. And so if every natural disaster is viewed as a punishment by God, number one, you're not going to believe in God, because who wants to believe in a punishing God? But number two, you can be the best society, but eventually the environment's going to catch up with you. You're going to hear a siren like that, which is a warning. I think that's a flash flood warning, right? And here we are in shul, okay? So we should be exempt from that. But the warnings happen. And, right, the warnings happen, whether we're good or bad. They just are. So, now what? And that's it. We have the what. And for a long time, the religion tried to supply the why. The why is because we were bad, therefore the curses happen. But now we have something called science for that. Here's the what, and the why is, and then the science explains it. So the role of religion is not about the why anymore. It's really about the when. When bad things happen, when there are hurricanes, when there are tornadoes, when there are earthquakes, what are we going to do about it? How are we going to build our buildings so that we're safe? Ever wonder why there are these bad things that happen in the United States and in other third world countries? Same things happen, but thousands of people die. And here 27 or 60. Maybe building codes. Maybe how things are constructed. When bad things happen, how do we respond? How do we learn from it? As a people, as a government, as a society. But then again, on the human level. So I think back about a month, and what was I talking about? The Nazis are marching in Charlottesville. Jews will not replace us. Prejudice and bigotry and a world that was cursed. I don't want to live there. I don't want to live in that country. I don't want to live in that society of racism and bigotry and lawlessness. And that was cursed. And Hurricane Harvey comes, and now Irma, and eventually the water's clear. There's devastation, to be sure. But somehow, with rain comes rainbows, and you see something miraculous. Neighbor helping neighbor, stranger helping stranger. People who didn't even know, who lived around the block, are busy in a canoe going down the street, making sure everybody is safe, that everyone is taken care of. And out of this lawlessness came hope and came a blessing. We shouldn't have to face natural disasters to learn that there is a common humanity. We shouldn't have to face these things to know that there is a way to bring out our humanity. But on the other hand, we still had a choice. We could take advantage of it, like when the lights go out in New York City and there's lawlessness and people are afraid. But instead people said, no, we're in this together and we're going to help. And our congregation too decided to help. First, we have our own angel. And I mean angel because an angel is a malach, is a messenger. So the cantor's husband is a malach, he's an angel, and he has been sent to go to Houston, and he is going to work for FEMA. We don't know how long. But in so doing, he's going to face that adversity, but he's going to do it in such a way that he is helping people rebuild their lives. That's the type of mensch he is. And therefore, every time the cantor complains about him to me, I'll say, you can't complain about that angel anymore. That's right. So that's the first thing. And we collected gift cards, and we still are collecting gift cards. And we should be very proud of that. And then we made an announcement that one of our former members, just like he did when Katrina struck, has volunteered to bring a truck here on Sunday, and we are collecting things. And we mention it to the yeshiva day school and the preschool and the religious school and to the whole congregation and to the churches down the street, and people have been bringing stuff in like crazy. So if you haven't done that, you haven't donated to a charity, you haven't brought something in, you haven't done a gift card, and you've looked at the images on television paralyzed, wondering, what can I do? You know what you can do. So do it. Be that malach, be that angel. Because you have a choice of a society that is cursed, where people don't care about each other, or living in a society where people do care about each other. That is ki tavo. And it ends with a sentence that says, when you do these things, you shall be successful. So I'd like to think that Moses told him all the good stuff and all the bad stuff and said, you know what to do. Now go do it. And you will be successful, and you will be blessed. Ken Yehi Ratzon, may it be so. Shabbat Shalom.
We begin to conclude our service on page 586. Please rise for Aleinu.
You have to be nice, did you? Aleinu l'shabeach
Ladon hakol, latet gedula leotzer bereshit, shelo asanu kegoye haratzon, velo samanu kemishpechot adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, vegor aleinu kechol hamonam, va'anach אנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
Please be seated. 598, our Kaddish prayer. 598, we recall the recent deaths of Marshall Harnick, B. Solomon, Myra Rosenberg, Jerry Lewis, Alan Asher, Trudy Korber, and Erwin Kishner. The preciousness of memory, we recall the deaths, the yortzites of Sylvia Adler, Marilyn Arco, Nathan Barg, Elaine Barnett, Samuel Bass, Neil Bryn, Herman Karnamias, Jenny Cavadlo, Aaron Cohen, Mindy Christiel, Warren Davis, Nikki Devine, Anna Dubrow, Esther Engel, Sonia Mae Foster, Milton Friedman, David Glickman, Paul Goldstein, Edith Hirsch, Joseph Lang, Frank Linden, Jack Miller, Marvin Miller, Manny Pogash, Mary Ripley, Bernard Sherman, Shelley Shorenstein, and Mickey Wilner. If you would like to recall the name of someone who was not mentioned, please stand and say their name. As we think of all these who have touched our hearts, we rise to recite our Kaddish prayer. Yit Gadol v'yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah, B'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, B'chayechon v'yomechon v'chaye dechol Beit Yisrael, V'agalav v'zman kariv v'yimru Amen. Yehi Shmei Rab ha'mevorach le'olam omei almaya, Yit barach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal Shmei dekusha b'richu, Leila min kol birchata v'shirata, tush bechata v'nechemata, damiram b'alma v'yimru Amen. Yehi shlomo rabba min shamaya v'chayim, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru Amen. O say shalom b'mramav, O ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru Amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel, to which we say, Amen. May be seated. So, quick little quiz. Next Friday night is? Ooh, you guys flopped. Let's try it again. Next Friday night is? And what time does it start? 7. Next Saturday night, not tomorrow night, but a week from Saturday, services start at? 7:30. Slichot. A week from Saturday is the drum circle. Drum circle, 7:30. All right, try the quiz one more time. Next Friday night? And it's Serenity Shabbat with all the lights and nice music gets us in the mood. Then it is Slichot. Drum circle starts at? Great. If you have stuff for the truck, it leaves this Sunday, so bring it by around 9 a.m., 9:30. If you want to help load the truck, be here at 10 a.m. to help load it. I don't know how many people are going to show up. I know we have a men's club meeting, and we'll enlist them and some of our teenagers, and we'll get it loaded. Okay, those are the things coming up. Cantor, anything else coming up?
The high holidays.
High holidays? You're kidding me. All right.
They're coming.
Those of you who are temple members and are thinking about having an adult bar or bat mitzvah. It's about an 18-month program, and they have just started, but you still have some wiggle room to get in the class.
They haven't
So
officially started.
if you always wanted to have a bar or bat mitzvah, and you're a member of the temple, please sign up for the class, and we'd love to have you. All right? Who here has had an adult bar mitzvah? Look around the room. Okay, it can be done. All right. All right, let's join in the Kiddush. All right, kids from religious school, come on up. Before we go to our concluding song, I almost forgot. I look around and we do have some newcomers to our community. Or maybe you've been coming for years and you think, no one knows my name, and you want to reintroduce yourself. So if there's anyone new and visiting, don't be bashful. Anyone want to stand up and say, here I am? I know there's some newcomers. Come on. All the way from, is it China? What? Shanghai. Okay. So you know my joke. All those of you from, don't complain. Please introduce yourselves. We welcome you. You're the Blangers? Blanders. They don't have individual names in Shanghai. So we just say, hi, Blangers. Blanders. Would you spell it for me? Blanders. And they go as one, like an amoeba.
I guess.
Okay. What are your individual names? Very good. They should be in a reality show. What do you think? They got it down pat. Very good. Well, we welcome you here. Thank you so much for being here.
They moved to a really cool house.
They moved to a really cool house. I can only guess. All right. And who else is new? No one else is new? Some people are being shy. You can say your name. Come on. Jacqueline Warden from Tennessee. Anyone else from Tennessee? Anyone else from Tennessee? No one else from Tennessee. What's next door to Tennessee? Kentucky. Anyone from Kentucky? North Carolina? Anyone can speak with a southern accent? All right, make friends with her. Jackie, thank you for standing up. No, you don't have an accent. All right, anyone else new? All right. Well, that's enough coaching right now. Well, welcome, and everyone have a good Shabbos. We have our final song, and then we make our way out, and we have ice cream. All right? And boys and girls, any of you who want to look in the gift bag, we have one, a brand new one over here. You can take a look. Go ahead. Let's join the final song.
So I want to invite anyone that's in our Kochavim or our teen choir to join me in the final song and not look in the gift bag right now. Thanks, Rabbi, for that. Never mind, I'll sing it by myself.
Ose shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'achol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. Ose shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'achol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. Ose shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. Ose shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen.
Good Shabbos, everyone.
Well, now you know how to beat me. Toys.
What?
Now you know how to beat me with the kids.
Oh, yeah.
Toys.